new tarot cards came in the mail today, and I think it takes a while for cards to kind of come out and sort of tell you, like, because you don't understand all the meanings of the cards and stuff like that. When you first get a deck, it doesn't really make sense when you start playing around with it. But oh my god, when I was playing around with it, the very first 2 readings that I was just playing around with to check out the cards. Oh, hang on, a message. Yeah, the very first 2 spreads that I did showed evil, death, people plotting against you, gossiping, secrets revealed, conflict, horrible. I've never had a deck this horrible before, and I was like, is there any nice cards? Is there any nice cards in this deck? Because, like, I do believe, like, if you expect, you know, like, the world is your perspective, you know. If you expect these things, you got to be looking around for a snake. You're not going to see the good. You're going to be looking around for the evil. God, I'm hoping that, you know, after I get to know the cards, that that's not really the case. But that was a bit fucked up. And so I was happy to get like a new deck of cards in the mail. That made me happy. I was like, woohoo! And then playing around with it, I was like, oh my fucking god! People plotting against you, gossiping, secrets. Nothing in the way that you'd want it. You know, nothing in the way that you'd want it. The only good card that came out was home and loyalty. So there was at least some hope there, some consolation. But like, I think that if you, I mean, struggles. So that was my morning. Going, what? Who's out to get me? Who's plotting against me? What is this? What evil is in my life? You know, I'm looking at it, trying to go, what I can learn from it. Like, you know, the night that I was in the van and I was thinking really awesome, all connected with everything, thoughts, and just feeling really loving towards everything in the world, and then the rock came flying through the window at that moment, and that was like, you know, balancing excess, balancing extremes. So I'm looking at it in the same way that, you know, it's extreme negativity coming out of those cards, which means life will just have to adjust and balance it up to be better than expected. And even now that I look at that which causes fear and worry to be a source of strength, you know, where you've shown more about who you are and you can become more into your authenticity kind of thing. So yeah, like, even if there are people who are, you know, being deceptive, you know, falsely pretending to be on my side when they're actually plotting against me kind of thing, being aware of it might be helpful. And if that's the case, you know, hopefully things change by being aware of it. Like, but it's like one, you know, the Matrix movie when he breaks the vase, and after she told him don't worry about the vase, it's like, would he have broken the vase if she hadn't mentioned it? Because before she mentioned the vase, he wasn't even thinking about the vase, and then he was thinking about the vase, and then he dropped it. So in that way, you know, looking at the cards, and there's deception and people plotting against you and gossip and death and all that kind of stuff. If that hadn't come up in my cards, would I be even, it wouldn't even be on my mind, you know. I'd be thinking of how good things have been lately and how I have a better, you know, attitude. And that's in my mind. Does that car know that that guy has to merge? No. Don't let me down, down, down. Yep, so I'm going to work with that on my mind, but on the way to work I hope to change that around in my head to be more of what is serving me, like anything that does sort of come out as a way to help me grow, strengthen me, get closure so that I can move on, because this is a cycle of returning to your authenticity. So everybody is being shown all the things that are not authentic to the core of who they are now, that the cycles have changed. So when I think we go through these cycles, we take on what serves us, we let go of what no longer serves us, or we hold on to them for dear life and resist right through it. But we are transformed as we are growing, evolving. So as we go through these transformational cycles, when it's time to return, well, you're given an opportunity to return to the core of who you are, wherever you are, because like as you completely live your fake self from this society that is sort of encouraging that, life will always give you opportunities to return to the core of who you are, but it's not the return of the core of who you were, because as you've gone through these cycles, you've transformed yourself, and it's just time to let go of that which isn't part of your path, which isn't serving your life, your life. So it's I think what I'm observing is it's a cycle of returning to the authenticity, the core of who you are, but not you as a child, but the core of who you really are now, that you've been through these different cycles. So what have you learnt? What is ready to be let go of? What do you no longer need? What doesn't belong in your world anymore is being dragged up as an opportunity for you to let go of it if you want. Or you can continue another cycle, holding on to them all. You have free will. If you'd like to keep experiencing excruciating trauma, if you'd like to do another cycle of hell, you can. Because it's not right or wrong, you can do that. You're learning from that as well. How many cycles did I do of complete victimhood in my life? I don't know how long each cycle is. I wonder if it's monthly. Even I wonder if there's like mini cycles, like daily or hourly, and I also wonder if the astrology has got something to do with it, is why I'm thinking monthly. With the seasons, whether the seasons have something to do with it, because that's all a cycle. They're all cycles. I don't know. It's just something I ponder. I still have in me this automatic is it an automatic program or is it nature? But I want people to like me, to understand me. Actually, I think maybe I just want to be my authentic self, like I am, and others to be their authentic self, and there be minimal conflict in the differences of us, like still being able to harmonise with our surroundings, but still allowing people to be their authentic, unique selves, because I'm like a blade of grass next to another blade of grass. They might look the same, but they're different sizes, they're different, some of them are experiencing the wind differently, the sun differently. There's no, like a rose, a beautiful rose shouldn't want to be a beautiful daffodil, Each are, flowers at the same garden, but they're different and unique, and what makes them something to be or inspired about is the fact that they are unique, that there's diversity, that there is this, the differences are still wonderful. You don't want everyone to be the same. You don't want everyone to be another me too. That helps you grow. When they bring their experience to the table, you bring your experience to the table. Together you can create a beautiful symphony, but is made better from the differences. Something new and unique that has never been created before can come together and create something new and to see that in life, like to see the diversity is also part of the reason why I think we're here, because it is so diverse. We are all different. Like I walked around in the city the other day. I went to, what are those? You go in a bath and like 400 kilos of Epsom salts and 30 centimeters of water. What are they called? Float tanks. Me and my sister went in a float tank in the city for 2.5 hours, which was great, by the way. But walking around in the city, we're walking to the train station, and all I could see was just this diversity of just. I didn't see everybody as the same. Like, you know, I've worked in the city before, and you know, I've spent 2.5 hours getting ready for work, making myself look perfect to be on a phone on a call center. You know, I've lived a lifestyle of that particular thing where I'm walking down, you know, the city with my high heel shoes on, ironed up business suits and perfect makeup and hair and stuff like that. Oh my God, I couldn't do that again. You know, that wasn't, I would say that wasn't me, but if it's for somebody else, that's great, you know, that's the uniqueness. But it wasn't me, and it was, you know, I tried it out, it's not me. I did not feel comfortable doing that. But what my point was when I was walking around then, I was like, oh my God, we're all the same. We're all spending 2.5 hours trying to look our best for a call center, and how ridiculous it was, and we're all sheep, yada yada yada. When I was walking around with my sister, I saw a guy with really long wavy hair, and he was wearing like long shorts with socks, and he was running through the streets, and he's like a unicorn, you know. He's the unicorn with the long lion mane's hair, running free, and you know, you've got different cultures everywhere, and they're all wearing their own different, unique, what they want to wear. I don't know, it was just appreciating that every single face is different, every single size, body shape was different, the clothes that people chose to wear were different, you know, where they were going was all different. Like there was all this diversity that was working in harmony. You know, we weren't walking, you know, all working into each other or anything. It was just, this diversity coming together, you know, working in harmony. It was just a way to look at the city a completely different way than I normally do. Just basically from Potato telling me, look at nature, look at nature. I'm like, there's no nature around here, but hang on a second. All these nature beings, these humans, is their unique expression of creation. And, you know, allowing them to be their unique individual selves, you know, wanting that for them and giving yourself permission to be your unique, authentic self is just beautiful, I think. But it is also creating newness, because as people transform, as they transform through the cycles that they go, and we all come together and we harmonise again, and we transform, and we go through these cycles and we're transforming, we're creating new things from, you know, like this year is not the same as any year that has ever happened in the history of, you know, humankind. It's all new. Every day is new. Every moment's new. At least how we're experiencing it, like, you know, from this perspective, everything's new. We don't know if that's the case, you know, that's part of the fun of questioning everything, isn't it? But, you know, for all we know, everything's new, and we're creating this newness through our thoughts and choices, and when we choose to harmonise or do not harmonise, and, you know, nature has its little say in what it does, and you know, humans are balancing out automatically as well, I think. You know, you look at even the family dynamics. You know, you've got maybe the psycho mum and the calm dad and the workaholic, one of the parents. You got all this diversity in a family. In a family, you're taught the first, you know, it's like the first lesson of how to unify diverse characters. And most of us don't do a very good job of it, but we're still doing it. You know, even any progress that we make when we don't fight against someone that's a psycho, that is automatic balancing of nature, wanting balance, not wanting conflict. But sometimes conflict can create something new. You know, sometimes the differing of the opinions can create, better change, or even something new, something that we haven't experienced before. Just to let that version of reality have a bit of a test, see if it works. If it doesn't work, nature will balance it out again. And this makes me wonder. This is how down the rabbit hole I keep going when I you have no idea. You have no idea. Then I think, okay, so what does that mean about GMO seeds? Is that the reason why people are rising up against Monsanto and things like that now, because that's the automatic nature of doing its balance thing? Or is something else going to come from that, like them making seeds that can't reseed itself, making food that seedless food, which is the most ridiculous thing. And anyway, but maybe because they're doing that, something new will come from that. But anyway, I have actually arrived at work, so I must have been babbling for quite a while. Even got a car space. It's a miracle. Must be coffee time.